God, he's worried. He's worried because he's sending people like me. We'd go in, he'd wait outside and we'd go in. And once they turned around, pull the gun. And they would see that it's cocked. You take them in the back, tie them up. And one guy would be on the register and the other guy be tying them up in the back. Like that, and we'd take the money. The older guy was in the car waiting for us. He was teaching us the game of armed robbery at 15. He went and bought some milk, emptied it, filled it up with gas, put a rag in it, went to Safeways. I threw the bottle on the window, blew up, boom, ran, left. They caught me a few blocks away and beat me up, put me in jail. But the cop told me we were gonna kill me. So if I would have shot that gun, they would have killed me, said he was shooting at us.
Donald Big D Garcia had been a murderer, a drug addict, and a prison boxing champion. But that man died long ago. His physical body passed away much later. But his legend and the work he did to save others from his fate is eternal.
We started a little prison gang, right? We came up with the name Mexican Mafia, and I shot heroin for 23 years. I know, man, if it wasn't for me using heroin, I wouldn't have done what I did.
He was looking at me like he wanted to kill me. He said, go on, say something. He said, say something. After that day, me and Donald became friends. You know, when Donald was gonna pass, he had some of his closest friends call me. And I went there and he said, oh, Al, man, I'm glad you made it. And I'm in pain. And they said, are you taking anything? And he looked me right in the eye, Big D looked me. He said, I don't want to take no pills. I don't want to lose my victory because I'm loaded, because I'm dying. I accept the pain. In Jesus' name, I accept the pain. And he goes, you know, Al, he says, I'm so grateful what God has done for me.
My boys calling me Maniac. That's what they used to call me out on the streets. Timothy. His name rang bells like a church on Sunday. Well, he was one of them dudes, man. He was one of them dudes where you had to keep your guard up.
A lot of the individuals that, like, I grew up with, I used to toss footballs with, used to shoot basketballs with in elementary school, you know, that knew me by the name my mother and my father named me, Timothy. I mean, we had no clue that, you know, 6 years later, that those names would change and that we would be identifying each other as enemies and no longer throwing footballs at each other in the streets or shooting basketballs, but throwing fists at each other and shooting bullets at each other. You know, our stories are pretty much the same. The details are gonna differ a little bit, you know what I'm saying, just because of, like I said, our cultures and the sides we chose. But he was one of the young ones that was always riding by, tossing the bees at me out of a car, you know, throwing rocks, you know what I'm saying, like, until he can throw bullets.
One time we collided right here at the local gas station. Words were exchanged. Where you from? Boom, boom. Just set it off right there. You come across people like Timothy, you don't know it. Or if any of his boys, you know, what I wanted to do to them, they wanted to do the same thing to me. So
I've never linked up with Joe up to this point. Every time we gonna see each other, it's always by happenstance, and we're either about to fight or shoot or something's about to happen. And when we embrace, he puts his head on my chest, he says, I love you, bro. I embrace him, I say, I forgive you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was just all the Lord, you know, and since then, it's just been on.
Nah, you know what? I to this day, I wouldn't imagine me being who I am today, and I would not imagine sitting next to Timothy. He was trying to blow my brains out. I was wanting to blow his brains out, and we here now. We connected, and you know we're giving back to the community. We did what we did, but life goes on, man. And this is who I am now, and I continue on to love, man. And even the guys that my so-called rivals, man, I bumped heads with a lot of them, doing grocery shopping, run into them, seeing they're with their kids, their families, and it's all about respect now. You know, we did what we did in the past, man. Now we're grown. We got kids to look out for, but endure hardship as a good soldier through Jesus Christ. All the Crips that I know before, they know I respect them, all of them. I got respect and love for all of them, both sides. You here? That's one of them right there, and that's my brother, man. Yep, that's my brother, man. This and Martin Luther King. I seen him. Yeah. I used to see him with the British Knights, and we knew what the British Knights meant. And I would try to come through with the Calvin Klein, and man, we would. It was ugly. It was an ugly situation. You know, back when we was younger, I didn't want to see him breathing. He didn't want to see me breathing. But now we're right here, right now, breathing together, speaking life into our community. This is somewhere where we grew up. We didn't like each other. We would catch each other at the 7-Eleven, the big liquor store, or Popeyes, or Berto's, trying to take each other's heads off, you know? But now we're here together, you know, just trying to bring the peace, bring the unity up in there, you know? So thankful for him, man. This is my man. This is my brother in Christ. And man, he means a lot to me now.
My daughter don't got no clue, man. She just walked up to him like, hey, and then he picked her up, and then she just clowning with him, and I'm just like, man. And I just like snapshot, took a little picture. I sent it to him a week later. It's like, man, look at God, bro.
Oh yeah, I've been shot at. Been shot at a lot of times. Come close too. It's like a trip. Like sometimes when you get shot, like, oh, they're far. But when you really hear the bullets go real close, that's scary. Seen people get broken off in life in prison. My little brother with life. My little brother got life. My close ones, my best friends. And I realized life in prison wasn't for me. Armed robbery sent me to the penitentiary back in 02, 03, 04. Got out 04, hanging out still with my boys. Got caught up with OPD, GSU, sent me back in. Did a year of violations. I had a pistol on me, loaded handgun, but did what I did, and I was so high. I was young, dumb. It was one of those times where I didn't care. Getting drunk daily. That was just pretty much normal to us. That was pretty much the atmosphere that we lived in, man. We didn't have no jobs. We try to get money. We try to make money. Try to make things happen. You know what I mean? Well, that was my lifestyle. So back then, my hustle when I was running the streets is robberies. Man, we used to knock people out at this liquor store. Pulling our weapons and just man, it'll be you either give it or you're gonna get hurt.
I stepped up and I was like, I want to be baptized in the name of Jesus Christ, you know. A step at a time, he walked me into people and circumstances that led me up with that reality. And then I stepped away from the gang and then I made it home, you know. Everything that's ever happened in my life has worked out for the greater good. And I'm realizing that it's because I'm called according to his purpose.
I'm thankful for where I'm at now, and you know, I'm thankful for the life that I live, you know, and I'm thankful that I'm here to survive, and I could be able to reach out to all my homeboys and everyone else that watches this video, and everyone that's locked up right now too, and all, man, I just let this words, man, and testimony that I went through, man, be able to help someone out, You know, I used to be a menace to society, man, and God set me free. The same God that set me free, the same God that helped Moses and all them back in the Old Testament and the New Testament, he could do the same thing for you.
The following video was shot by legendary LA photographer Esteban Oriol and directed by me for a site called Celebrity Preacher. The quality sucks because we couldn't find the original and I had to copy it from my computer screen. That doesn't change the power of Danny's words, fired like a .45.
My name's Danny Trejo. I forsake my father, left, went crazy, ended up in the penitentiary, ended up with 2 friends all the way to death row, in the hole from Cinco de Mayo to August 23rd. I was in the darkest hole in Soledad, getting ready to go to the gas chamber, going to court for 3 gas chamber offenses. And by the grace of God, and only by the grace of God, saved me. No matter how far away you think you are, all you gotta do is just turn to God. That's it.
Who is Jesus to you?
Jesus is everything. That's all. It's everything.
I had regular friends, but they weren't going to go with me inside my car and get a gun and go do a drive-by. No. They'd be like, hell no. I'm out of here. Yeah. But if I told my homeboy, let's go to a different barrio, let's go shoot it up. Hey, they were down. They didn't care. They were down. Let's go. But was that life back then? Yeah, that was my life back then. But there was places with me and my homegirl, rest in peace, we would go on a Sunday morning and go to this neighborhood and start shooting it up for no reason. Why? Because we were both on what I used to call a sick one. We were on a sick one, and we were just doing most idiotic things you can think of, or you couldn't even imagine. People were asleep usually on Sundays, and I'd come in bumping sounds and everything, and then start doing stupid stuff, and then walk back to my car, sit there, and do another leño, and kick back, and then I'd take my time getting out of there. People were like, this guy's nuts. But I did that for a while. Why? I didn't know any better. I thought that was being cool for me. And other people thought, this guy's crazy, he's psycho. That if it wasn't for the grace of God, him doing what he was doing with me, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd probably be doing life. I was getting these tremors through my body. And there was times where I'm asleep and my whole body would shake. I have a famous relative that's a famous doctor. His name's Thomas Novak. He's number 3 in the world for robotic back surgery. So he walks in, he goes, hey, I know what's wrong with you. And what was happening, that infection was already trying to get to my sciatic nerve. It gets to your sciatic nerve, all movement, everything, you lose it. As far as you're talking, you opening your eyes, you moving anything, you're done. Then I started cussing at God. I go, really, you whatever name you can think of, I said it. I went on a Wednesday to my regular doctor's appointment. He tells them, turn the monitors on. It's up to your L2 now. It's spreading. You're gonna come back on Monday, we're gonna do another MRI. And this is how I'm gonna calculate how much time you got to be on this earth. Reality hit me in the face now. Sunday, going into Monday, about 1 in the morning, I got out of my bed, I start crying like a little kid. Start crying. And that's when I finally realized who God is. I got on the floor like a little kid crying, asking him if this is what I gotta go through because of what I've done. You know what I've done, God. You know what type of person I've been. And if this is what I gotta go through it, fine. But tell me, give me a sign, that way I know. But if you heal me, I will tell everybody you exist. And those words would never come out of my mouth, Chris. Okay? And they did. Monday, I didn't even bother to notice how I was walking or anything, but I'm sitting in the wheelchair. Go to do the MRI. You know, MRIs take about 30 minutes. I'm coming up. Then they dragged me back into the machine, and I was mad.
Yeah.
So when they did that, I finally got to the thing, and took about an hour or so before everybody got together. And I'm already fuming because I'm like, hey, you guys are messing with my life. I need to know what's going to happen. So my cousin finally got on there. He goes, hey, you know what you did? I go, dude, what are you talking about? Tell me how much longer I got to live. He goes, turn on the monitors. There was no more spots. And at first I was arguing with him. That's not me. He goes, hey, idiot. It's got what name's on there? What social number? Guess what? You have no more spots. You know what you did. And you better keep your word.
Man, the Lord done changed my heart, blessed me, and made me make a transition. It's like hide and go seek. You gotta go seek Him, man, you know? Because one day, He's gonna say, ready or not, here I come.